Dear 12th standard students, in this video we start a new lesson, dual nature of radiation and matter. Before entering in this lesson, first we are going to see the introduction of this lesson. Already we are familiar with the concepts of particle and wave. You know about particle and wave. So first, what is particle? Particle is a material object which is considered to be a tiny concentration of matters. Example of particles: marble balls, grains of sand, atoms, electrons, and so on. These are the few examples of particles. So keep it in your mind, what is particle? Particle is considered to be a tiny concentration of matter. Already you know about a few examples of particles. Then what is wave? Wave is the broad distribution of energy. Examples of waves, light waves, sound waves, and sea waves, a ripple in a pond. These are the few examples of waves. So see the students, wave is a broad distribution of energy. See, both the particles and waves has the ability to carry the energy and the momentum from one place to another place. So these are the with the familiar concept of particles and waves. See, according to classical physics, object like a particle and wave are treated as a different components. According to classical physics, considered to be a mechanics of particles or motion of the particles treated as a concept of particles and the concept of waves. These particles and waves are different components and also separate components in the physical reality. And according to classical physics, motion of the particles in mechanics and optics of waves are traditionally entirely different subject and also are its own concepts and principles. Then we go to see about electromagnetic radiation. So what is electromagnetic radiation? Electromagnetic radiation has a capable of energy. It has its own energy. So in that electromagnetic radiation, sometimes it should behave like a wave. Sometimes it should behave like a particle. Under suitable circumstances, electromagnetic radiation should behave like a wave-like properties because which exhibits the wave phenomena like interference, diffraction, polarization. Under other suitable circumstances, the same electromagnetic radiation which exhibits the particle-like properties. Example for black body radiation and the photoelectric effect. Then electron, then proton, and other some particles are discovered. These particles which are treated as a particles under suitable circumstances. And later on, and some experiments which exhibits these particles wave-like properties. Either the electromagnetic radiation should behave like a wave-like properties and also particle-like properties under separate suitable circumstances. Then in this unit, particle nature of waves. Like radiation. So particle nature of waves and wave nature of particles. Like matter. So both radiation and matter should have a wave particle duality, which is discussed in this unit with the suitable or relevant experiment and observations. Then, in this wave-particle duality, we will see briefly in the later topics. So, see students, before entering into this lesson, dual nature of the radiation and the matter, both radiation and the matter, which is exhibited, wave-particle duality, which is discussed in later topics. But before entering this wave-particle duality exhibited by the matter and the radiation, first we know about the concept of emission of electron. Let us consider one metal. This metal contains large number of metallic atoms arranged in regular manner. It is a metal. This metal contains large number of metallic atoms. At ordinary temperature, each and every individual atoms has a capable of energy to loss of few electrons. Why? Because in each and every atom, in an outermost shell, electrons loosely attached with the nucleus of the atom. I am talking about only one atom of the metal. In that atom, some electrons revolving in an outermost shell. That electrons are loosely attached with the nucleus of the atom of the metal. That electron is has a capable of energy to leave the surface of the atom, to leave from the atom. See, one electron coming from this atom. This atom becomes positive nuclei of the atom. See, one more electron has a capable to leave from this atom. It acquires an additional positive charge of the nucleus. It's the same that of not only this atom of the metal. See, all atoms of the metal has a capable of thermal energy to loss of electrons from the individual atom due to its own thermal energy. Then the atoms are said to be positive nuclei of the atom. Then electron coming from the individual atom is called free electrons. Why that electrons come out from the individual atom? Due to internal thermal energy of the metal, that electron has a capable of energy leaving from the atom. That atom is said to be positive nuclei of the atom, and the electron come out from the individual atom are said to be free electrons. These free electrons not come out from the surface of the metal. These free electrons are randomly oriented in all possible directions inside the metal. Why these free electrons not come out from the surface of the metal? Because in these, each and every free electron has its own kinetic energy, but not all free electrons has the same kinetic energy. Each and every electron has its own different kinetic energy, but the kinetic energy of electron is not sufficient to leave from the surface of the metal. If it is any one of the electron reaches the surface of the metal, that electron is attracted by the positive nuclei of the metal. Not only this electron, if any electron reaches the surface of the metal, that the electrons are attracted by the positive nuclei of the metal, because that positive nuclei of the metal creates a barrier potential or potential barrier, but that free electrons not a sufficient energy to cross the barrier potential created by the positive nuclei of the metal. Then, if electrons reaches the surface of the metal, if electron crossing the surface of the metal, it possesses some additional energy. After acquiring the additional energy by the free electrons, then only that electrons are leaving from the surface of the metal, overcoming the barrier potential created by the positive nuclei of the atoms in the metal. Then, what is surface barrier? If the free electrons not come out from the surface or not leaving from the surface of the metal, because Once the barrier is set up by the positive nuclei of the atoms of the metal, then the surface barrier, which is preventing the leaving the free electrons from the surface of the metal, then the barrier is said to be surface barrier. So keep it in your mind. Why electrons not come out from the surface of the metal? All free electrons are randomly oriented in all possible directions inside the metal, but the free electrons not a sufficient kinetic energy to leaving the surface of the metal, overcoming the surface barrier created by the positive nuclei of the atom. If electrons come out from the free electrons come out from the surface of the metal, it acquires some additional potential energy supplied by the external agency. Then if they free electrons acquires a more kinetic energy, then reaches the surface of the metal, then overcoming the barrier potential produced by the positive nuclei of the metal. Then what is a surface barrier? Then the surface barrier or a barrier potential which is preventing the leaving the free electrons from the surface of the metal, then the barrier is said to be surface barrier. Then the potential is said to be surface potential. So see students, in this metal, it contains large number of free electrons. Each and every free electron has a different in own kinetic energy. It will not crosses the or it will not leaving the surface of the metal. Why? Because it not a sufficient kinetic energy to leaving the surface of the metal. If you some additional or extra energy given to this metal, that additional energy received by the free electrons, then crossing the surface barrier and leaving from the surface of the metal. So after supplying the additional energy, that is the additional energy, thus additional energy is received by the free electrons inside the metal. They have a capable of energy to leaving the surface of the metal. These electrons leaving from the surface of the metal. These electrons are called emitted electrons. So, electrons or free electrons leaving from the surface of the any metal, then the process is called emission of electrons. Electrons are ejected from the surface of the metal due to additional energies received by the free electrons inside the metal as a capable of energy, overcoming the surface barrier produced by the positive nuclei of the atoms. So it is called emission of electrons. Next, a minimum amount of energy is required to liberate the electrons from the surface of the metal, or minimum amount of energy is needed to liberate the electrons from the surface of the metal is called work function. So the definition of work function is a minimum amount of energy is needed to liberate the free electrons from the surface of the metal. That is called work function. That work function is denoted by the symbol pi naught. That work function is expressed in the unit of electron volt. See, in that metal, one electron has a maximum kinetic energy 0.5 electron volt. See, in this metal, for example, in this metal, one electron has a maximum kinetic energy 0.5 electron volt. Amount of energy is required to liberate one electron from the metal, overcoming the surface barrier or potential barrier created by the positive nuclei of the atom, that is 3 electron volt. Energy is required to remove one electron from the surface is 3 electron volt. Kinetic energy of one electron is 0.5 electron volt. kinetic energy of one electron is 0.5 electron volt. What is the minimum amount of energy is required to liberate one electron from the surface of the metal? The minimum energy is required to remove an electron from the surface of the metal. Which is equal to total energy is required to remove one electron from the surface of the metal is 3 electron volt. Kinetic energy of one electron is 0.5 electron volt. So what is the minimum amount of energy is required to remove one electron from the surface of the metal, which is equal to 2.5 electron volt. It is called work function of the photometal. So work function of the photometal is different for different photometals. So in this metal, work function is 2.5 electron volt. We take another one metal, work function is different. We choose another metal, work function is different. Work function of metal is different for different metals. It is not same for all metals. Next, we are choosing the metal for the purpose of electron emission. First, we consider the work function of the metal is low. There should be a low work function. It is additional energy received by the electron to leaving the electron from the surface of the metal is a smaller value. If it is work function is low, keep it in your mind, work function of metal is low if additional energy received by the electron to leaving the surface of the metal is a lesser value. That's why anyone be selecting the emission of electrons for any metal, first they should have a character of low work function. Depending upon the energy is utilized by the metal for the purpose of electron emission, then the emission of electrons for any metallic surface has 4 categories. One is thermionic emission. Second one, field emission. Third one is photoelectric emission. Fourth one is secondary emission. See, for the purpose of emission of electrons from the surface of the metal, energy is acquired by the metal to leaving the free electrons from the surface of the metal. Based on this energy received by the metal, that emission of electrons from the metal has 4 categories. One is a thermionic emission, another one is a field emission, then next one is photoelectric emission, next one is a secondary emission. So there are 4 types of emission of electrons on the basis of energy utilized by the metal to ejecting the electrons from the surface of the metal: thermionic emission, field emission, photoelectric emission, and secondary emission. First, we are going to see about thermionic emission. Let us consider one metal. In an ordinary temperature, it contains large number of free electrons. These are all the electrons, free electrons. Metal is free electrons. So, at ordinary temperature, these free electrons are randomly oriented in all possible directions. It will not crosses the surface and it will not have sufficient energy to leaving the surface of the metal. If you want to ejecting the electrons from the surface of the metal, if they are leaving the surface of the metal, it requires or it needs some additional energy. that additional energy provided by the external source. These are the free electrons. Then this metal is heated. Thermal energy or heat energy is supplied to this metal. That free electrons acquires a more kinetic energy from this thermal energy. Thus the heat energy is given to this metal, then the heat energy is transferred to this free electron, then the free electron has a sufficient energy to leaving the surface of the metal. These electrons are called emitted electrons. These electrons are leaving from the surface of the metal under the thermal energy is supplied to the metal. There is a thermal energy is transferred to the free electrons, then the free electrons acquires a sufficient kinetic energy, crosses the surface barrier or crosses the potential barrier created by the positive nuclei of the atom, then electrons come out from the atom. These electrons leaving from the surface of the metal is called emitted electrons under the thermal energy. Then the process is called thermionic emission. Thermionic means thermal. Under the thermal energy, electrons are leaving from the surface of the metal, then the emission of electrons is called thermal electrons. Due to under the thermal energy supplied to this metal, then only electrons leaving from the surface of the metal, then the emitted electrons are called thermal electrons. Then the process is called thermionic emission. Then emitted electrons or number of electrons emitted from the surface of the metal can be increased by increasing the thermal energy. If it is the thermal energy supplied to this metal increases, more number of electrons crosses the surface barrier or potential barrier created by the positive nuclei, then the number of electrons are emitted from the surface of the metal is increases, and also number of electrons emitted from the surface or leaving from the surface is depends upon thermal energy and also nature of the metal. Next one emission is field emission. We develop a strong electric field. Strong electric field produced by the parallel plates. So, this one of the plate acquires a positive charge, another plate acquires a negative charge, both the plates kept parallel with each other. Strong electric field is developed space between the two parallel plates. That electric field lines starts from the positive and reach the negative. This is strong electric field. So take one metal, that metal is placed space between the two parallel metal plates. This is metal. Metal contains large number of free electrons. That metal is subjected in a strong electric field produced by the parallel plate. When the metal is before subjecting inside the strong electric field, it contains large number of free electrons, has not a sufficient energy, has capable of energy leaving from the surface of the metal. But after subjecting the strong electric field, each and every free electron acquires additional energy from the strong electric field. See, one electron receives the additional energy from the strong electric field. It will experience a electric force opposite to the direction of electric field. See the direction of electric field from positive to negative. But this free electron experiences electric force opposite to the direction of electric field. due to that strong electric field, it requires some additional energy, crosses the surface barrier, and that electron leaving from the surface of the metal. Then another one electron has additional energy from the strong electric field. It overcomes the barrier potential created by the positive nuclei of the atom, then leaving the surface of the metal. Then and also another one electron has additional energy, sufficient energy from the strong electric field, overcoming the barrier potential created by the positive nuclei and leaving from the surface of the metal. These electrons are called emitted electrons. So in this way, electrons are leaving from the surface of the metal under the strong electric field applied across the metal. Then the emission is said to be field emission. Here field means strong electric field. So very simple manner, and the metal is subjected inside the strong electric field. Then the strong electric field gives some additional energy to the free electrons inside the metal. Then the free electrons has a capable of energy to cross the surface barrier and leaving from the surface of the metal. Then the electrons are come out from the surface of the metal is called emitted electrons. This emitted electrons is entirely due to strong electric field supplied. That strong electric field gives some additional energy to the free electrons inside the metal. Then the emission is said to be field emission. Then another one emission is photoelectric emission. So in photoelectric emission, take one metal. That metal contains large number of free electrons. These are the free electrons. Metal. But at ordinary temperature, these free electrons will not leaving from the surface of the metal because it does not possess a sufficient kinetic energy. Take a suitable radiation. Is radiation that radiation has a suitable frequency and a suitable wavelength and also suitable energy is made to illuminate on the metal. That radiation supplies the additional kinetic energy to the free electrons. Then the electrons has a sufficient energy to leaving from the surface of the metal, overcoming the barrier potential produced by the positive nuclei of the atom. These electrons are called emitted electrons. So, electrons emitted from the surface of the metal or ejecting from the surface of the metal on the basis of suitable radiation of frequency is illuminated on the surface of the metal. Then the energy is utilized by the free electrons, overcoming the surface barrier, then leaving from the surface of the metal. Then electrons are emitted in this process is called photoelectric emission. That electrons are called photoelectrons. So next one, finally, secondary emission. Take one metal. This metal is maintained at ordinary temperature. It contains large number of free electrons. So at ordinary temperature, these free electrons will not cross the surface barrier and not leaving from the surface of the metal. Take a fast moving electrons. These are the fast moving electrons. These fast moving electrons has a more kinetic energy. These fast moving electrons strikes the metallic surface. These fast moving electrons transfer some additional energy to the free electrons inside the metal. Then the free electrons has a capable of energy, then leaving the surface barrier and leaving the surface of the metal. So keep it in mind, in that secondary emission already we use the electrons, but that electrons as a capable of energy by the external agency, it has a capable of energy made to illuminate on the surface of the metal. That electrons energy is transferred to the free electrons inside the metal. Then the free electrons inside the metal, they have a capable of energy to crosses the surface barrier and leaving from the surface of the metal. Then the electrons are called emitted electrons. So electrons emitted or leaving from the surface of the metal, using in this process we utilize the electron. Already electrons emitted from the surface. Using this process we utilize the electron, then the emitted electrons is called secondary emission. The emitted electrons are called secondary emission. That particle is electron, but using in this way we utilize the electrons, but that utilizing electrons as a capable of energy to transfer to the free electron, then the free electrons occurs a more kinetic energy, crosses the surface barrier produced by the positive nuclei of the atom, and the electrons leaving from the surface of the metal, then the electrons are called emitted electrons. There are 4 types of electrons emitted from the metallic surface under energy utilized by the metal. In first process, energy utilized by the metal is heat energy. Heat energy is supplied to this metal. That heat energy is transferred to the free electrons. Then the electrons has a capable or ability to cross the surface barrier, then leaving from the surface of the metal. It is one type of electron emission. Then another electron emission, field emission. So don't think magnetic field is an electric field. When a metal is subjected within a strong electric field, that strong electric field supplies additional energy to the free electrons inside the metal. Then electrons leaving from the surface of the metal crosses the surface barrier produced by the positive nuclei. Then the electrons emission takes place under the strong electric field. Then another one, photoelectric emission. When a suitable radiation of frequency, that radiation is capable of energy, then the suitable radiation of frequency is illuminated on the surface of the metal, then the radiation transfers its energy to these free electrons, then the free electron acquires additional energy, crosses the surface barrier, then leaving from the surface of the metal, then electrons are called photoelectric electrons. That process is called photoelectric emission. Here emitted electrons is called photoelectrons. Then next one, secondary emission. When a fast moving electrons strikes on the metallic surface, then the fast moving electrons transfers its own energy to this free electron, then the free electrons acquires a more energy. It has a capable to crosses the surface barrier and leaving from the surface of the metal, then the electrons are emitted from the surface of the metal is called emitted electrons. In this way electrons are emitted due to fast moving electrons. It is called secondary emission, dear students. But in this next topic, we go to the dual nature of radiation and matter waves, like on the basis of photoelectric effect. Thank you, students.